Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to round 2 of the North American Sim Racing Series Rookie League. I've got a new overlay, as you can see. Hope you like it. The chat over there is a little bit empty right now, and all of these thingies in the bottom, but we'll get to it. So yeah, we're here. Been practicing all week. Hopefully we don't die today at Brands Hatch. It's kind of a tricky track. I'm gonna go on to Discord and see what the other peoples are saying. We'll just have that open.
Channel.
Voice check, voice check.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I will say
I can hear you there, Mr. Javier.
Awesome.
There was definite
Chatty
temptation
as
to just
usual.
return to the
Love it.
M6 anyway.
I so
Do
rudely
some practice.
disappeared. Did you want to scold me or something?
No. Go. You, like I said, if you want to switch over now, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Just gonna go over my settings.
I usually hang out in this server till everybody realizes that the other server's open.
Yeah.
It could also be the setup that the person gave me to drive the Evo as well.
Well, unfortunately, the setups don't switch from car to car.
So I'll admit it does feel a lot different in like at turn in
Right.
compared to what I'm driving at the moment.
How much
it's-
front damper or how much front splitter do you have on this one?
It's actually maxed out for 11 mil.
Okay. I was going to say it's probably that high. What's the anti-roll bar at?
All clear on pit exit.
Four at the front. Four at the rear.
Drop the front
Brakes are
line
cold.
and
We need to get some
the rear
heat into them.
Yep, I gotta remember not to do
Better
that during
rotation
the race.
overall.
Well, what I'm using right now is I just took one of the ones from the rookie setups.
Uh-huh.
I figured I have enough time to feel them out and see if they make sense to me.
Yeah, we've got about 50 minutes when the server opens, which should be pretty much right about now anyway.
Open now.
Tis up. Thank you, sir. Hello. How you doing there, Saif? Say again?
What about you guys?
Yellow flag.
Ah, you're about to watch us? I thought you were going to participate.
Gonna hop into the other server. If I can find it.
Alright, so the server's open. If you guys want to switch over, we'll go to the new one. The race server's
Hi,
up.
Tess. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Gotcha now.
All right, cool. All right, I'm moving over.
What's the code?
What's it called?
For the next server, let me see. I'm going to put it in now. Capital E 5, capital L B C.
Perfect.
Oops. Server list.
What the fuck? Must have fat fingered the keyboard for the damn password.
LVC.
Yep. One too many letters with the big old hands. Alright. If you guys would please switch over to the other rookie voice chat down below.
Okay, so we've got 45 minutes of practice, and then it's go time.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Larry.
Hello, Larry. Happy birthday, Mr. D.
My birthday gift for myself would be not driving into the garbage. That would be fantastic.
Everybody has goals, sir.
Happy birthday, old man.
Thank you.
So we have to pitch you 36 times? Too easy.
Nope. Not gonna.
That's assuming you have to try to do it.
Right. Oh, my eye. Oh, thanks for the pink hat. Hey, sweetheart.
The track temperature's decreasing.
Appreciate
It's
it.
now 25 Celsius.
Now, this is weird.
What's up?
33 names in the chat and 29 on track. Oh, it's 30 on track. I'm sorry. Somebody
Trying to
did
get on.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Blue flag. The brakes are cold. Be careful.
Do you have the number? Couldn't quite hear you, Mike. You
Air
have to speak up
temperature's
a little bit.
increasing. It's now 25 Celsius.
I said I ended up, when I refreshed the thing to find the server, it wasn't even there. So I just restarted everything, tried it again.
Make sure you got that filter sets off.
I tried on using NASRS. It didn't work.
Not in
E5
there.
LBC. Yeah, E5
Yeah.
LBC.
You gotta read the description on the side.
Yeah, it does not say NASRS in the description.
Still getting a full.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Nathan, is that you?
Sector 3 is now clear.
If the server is full, we're probably choosing the wrong car.
Hello, Larry.
Good evening, sir.
Huh? Which car?
2018 Ferrari.
Which car?
He's going to keep asking the question, believe me.
B25.
It's
The
the
fastest
old
lap
one, not
for
the
Sing,
new.
127.10.
Yeah, the old one.
The guy ahead has just posted a 128.18.
I'm looking right
They'll delete
now.
this lap. Track limits. New fastest lap for Holmes, 127.01.
Yep, that is a Ferrari he's in.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Shut the game down, start it over.
Green flag sector 3.
Clear right.
Yellow flag.
Any other sort of preference? Maybe not having a
Green flag, you're clear. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, Pablo.
Green flag in sector 1. 324.
Server type should be ticked as all, and it should be white. Still only accessible should be in white.
Yellow
You
flag.
should type in the letter E, 5LBC, all capitals.
You don't have anything to like.
Larry, to join a server, you don't need to worry about capital
Green flag.
flags.
You're clear of the incident. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the base. Your left front's hot.
You need to worry about configuration.
Green flag in Sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.35 off the base. Your brake temperatures are okay.
If you're in the argument, that's your like VR. Are you not able to do anything? I'm just seeing your VR view.
Obviously, you're looking at the garage of the car.
V11.
Are you using SteamVR? I don't. Oh, okay. Because I know how to share your VR view if you have SteamVR running, but...
Yellow flag in Sector 1.
It's my chair making a noise.
LBC, there you go.
Yellow flag. E12. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the base. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
You're clear. Incident clear. The leader has just done a 126.90. Track limits. This lap will be deleted.
Yeah, I just looked at the registration. He's there for tonight.
Fastest lap for Torres. 126.65.
Well. Oh, hey, actually, do me a favor. Purposely try to join with the wrong car.
Car left. Clear left.
Now you're making it break the rules.
Yeah.
Car right. Clear right.
Yellow flag.
No, I mean, I just wanted to see if they would give, because normally if you try to join the wrong car, it'll say, like, server entry correct.
Green flag.
Possibly
Incident
clean
clear.
job, yes or no?
Left side. Clear left.
Yellow flag. Stay sharp.
Expression call this one.
That was
Fastest
reckless.
lap for Torres. 126.55.
Right side. Clear right.
Clear of the incident. Green flag. Sector 3 is green. Yellow flag.
Clear left.
The guy behind has just done a 128.16.
You just passed me. I'm on the same
Consider
track
clear.
you are.
Back to green flag.
I was just wondering if you wanted to. It's no big deal. I can go do it. I think he was still in the social channel last time I
Yellow
looked.
flag. B16. We think that Edwards has binned it. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
Or that, or you idiot.
The incident's clear. Green flag. Sector 2 is now yellow.
Hey, are we all going to be saying happy birthday? During the meeting.
Following people will be banned.
Yellow flag. Green flag in Sector 2.
Well, with that, happy birthday, mate.
Incident clear. Green flag. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace. Green flag in Sector 3.
Restart the whole PC, would it?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Track limits still invalidate this lap.
Alright.
Did you turn it on and off again?
I'm gonna tire myself out.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you tried to push the button on it or not?
Right, I guess that's my last
Let's watch Mr. Dan over here. Mr. Davin over here.
Meeting in 10?
Yeah. Meeting 5.
5 minutes, you said?
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, you missed your breaking point.
I did. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Hopefully I've gotten that out of my system.
Jimbo, no punterino.
No Pentarino, Jimbo.
The car in front has just posted at 127.54.
Right now we have 38 cars on track and half of them are in the pits. We are quite busy right now, gentlemen. Realize that when qualifying starts, you're going to be nose to fucking tail.
The guy behind has just done a 128.34.
This will be all about taking your time, not trying to be in a big hurry, getting laps done over and over and over again. It'll be tight. There'll be plenty of cars on the track. Just go ahead and do banker laps, and eventually you'll get faster laps in because people will have a tendency to either fall off the track, or they'll pit, or they'll return to garage. As far as that goes during qualifying, please do not just stop in the middle of the track. I've seen it happen. It's not cool. If you're going to do that type of thing, get off track as far as possible, return to garage as quickly as possible so you don't cause an extended yellow flag anywhere. Speaking of which, we have one just after turn 2. Mr. Cortez.
You're not allowed to park there, $50 fine.
That reminds me of the last one I saw like that was on YouTube the other night. Guy drives by an English gentleman that had his delivery van on its side in a hedge, and he drives by and says, "Hey mate, you ain't supposed to park it there." Wow, that was weird. I just had somebody drive through my car.
That was the easy way to get to my pit.
As long as it worked, man, that's all. Practicing pit stops would be a good idea, if you haven't already.
My daughter called to talk to my grandson. I thought I'd...
No worries, no worries. Just remember, the next time you have to get away from the car, man, park it and then put it in the pit stop.
Get your priorities straight.
Noted.
Do you have a
All right,
grandson?
Yeah, he's older than you think.
I have like 3.
I should have some, but I don't.
We have about a minute or two, and we all need to start finishing up our laps, gentlemen. Everybody needs to be in voice chat now, please.
That's two sides of the spectrum of the same message. Do we have anybody new tonight?
But for the ones that we've added, they have not shown.
Okay.
I did not partake in the first race, actually.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, then I will do the semi-detailed but yet still short briefing.
If you have to yell at me about that stuff again, you'll probably ban me.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Savage.
Honest.
I've just been here too long.
So literally, we'll start with Austin. You should know better. You know what you did. Moving on. All right, folks. Greg and Mr. What's his face?
That'd be Mr. Erickson in the back.
All right, and then the other Mr. What's his face. So we're gonna get started as folks pulling in.
I'm gonna pit.
Cool. All right, folks. So round 2, Brands Hatch. For those who are new, I'm Davin Sturman, head coach here at NASRS. You guys know Lady Foster, one of the other folks on the coaching staff. Welcome to round 2 of rookies. So our regular format still here applies. We have a 50-minute practice, which should be a warm-up for most of you. Most of you should have been practicing on the practice server prior. And as per normal, this is normally not the time to ask for certain line questions and other kind of final finalities. The time to do that is in the practice sessions before. You got to use the resources that you guys have at your disposal. Blah, blah. You should do practice. 20-minute qualifying, 65-minute race. So we have a lot of cars, and it's a very short track. So it's important for you guys to focus on a few things. 1, the importance of a banker lap. So you may not get your fast lap right away because there are a lot of us. So after you do your warm-up lap, it's important to try to get a good, clean lap in where you're not really rushing, just so that you have a time on the board, and then everything after that is golden. Same qualifying etiquette rules apply. So I'm going to go from the pit lane and work my way out. If you're coming out of the pit lane and there's a car on a hot lap, please pay attention. Cars that are on a hot lap are gray. You are the red dot. Cars that are on an out lap or a invalid lap, or they fall somewhere, are a blue dot. So gray dots should not run over other gray dots. This is qualifying, not racing, so there should not be any passing. You are responsible for managing your own gap at all times. If you catch someone that's slower than you, that sucks. Deal with it, back off, start another lap. But don't be racing people, don't be passing people. Also, please, for the love of God that's all that's holy, please stop backing people up in the final sector before you start your lap. That is super, super rude to everyone else coming in behind you. You have the whole lap to manage out the gap that you need, which is typically somewhere between 3 to 4 seconds, give or take. It won't always be that way. Sometimes you need to be behind someone faster and just deal, whatever. But don't just come to a stop like in turn 9 where everyone else has to back up behind you, because it ruins everyone's lap after that. If you are on an out lap and see a car on a hot lap, you can be passed there because you were on an invalid lap. It's not really advised for the guys on a hot lap, but if they feel like they can make it stick, it's your discretion to take that risk. However, it would be super keen and super nice if folks who are on a out lap would just stay off the racing line, and then those who are on the hot lap can drive right by, and we really don't have to worry about it. It won't be perfect. There will be a lot of cars here. It's no big deal if you mess it up. It's just a suggestion. If you have your relative MFD up, you can see cars as they're coming, and hopefully it'll help you pay attention. Same with your mini map as you have that configured, and that'll make your life easier. Turn the car off. Any questions?
Thank you.
Cool. Any qualifying questions before I go on to the race?
What if you have a blue flag on you?
Then you are a car on an invalid lap, and you should be off the racing line and staying out of the way.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions about qualifying before I go into the race format? Cool. All right, so race, 65 minutes, single pit stop, fixed refueling, which means if you decide to take tires, which are optional, your refuel time is 25 seconds no matter what you do. If you take tires, it's an extra 5 seconds. Determining whether you take tires is your discretion, and this is not the time to ask. Sometimes it's okay to not take tires for the benefit of track position, but other times it's better to take tires because you'll just have fresher tires for the second half of the race. Make sure to check your fuel and your fuel strategy. So if we go under setup and we go under mechanical grip and we go to check current pressures at the bottom there, you can check what your fuel will be after your pit stop, what your tire pressures will be after your pit stop, what your brake pads will be after your pit stop. You have 25 minutes to make sure that that's all correct for the race. Hopefully you've also done your fuel calculations now too, because that would be fantastic that you don't run out of fuel near the end. There are a few calculators online. If you haven't Googled it already, you have to do at least one valid laps for to get like accurate fuel consumption for how you're driving. So the estimated fuel time is typically a little high, and I don't normally go off it. So do a practice lap, come in, check your fuel consumption, and then go from there. There is a pit window in this race, so I think it's right after the first 5 minutes. So if you get hit in the first few minutes and your car is still drivable, I'd advise still driving it, because if you take a pit before the pit window, you still have to take your pit during the pit window. So it's better to just drive to the pit window and then knock out 2 birds with 1 stone at the same time. Be familiar with your MFD and the ability to turn damage on or off, because that will extend the length of your pit stop, and that can be inconvenient, sometimes needlessly. Eventually, at some point during the race, we will have blue flags and lap traffic. This is not Formula One, so that means that blue flag cars do not need to jump out of the way when the lead cars are coming through. It is the responsibility of the lead car to do all the work and pass safely with appropriate overlap, and the passing cars do not need to do anything, and I really hope you just don't. All you have to do is stay on the racing line and give like a slight lift somewhere in the beginning phases of any straightaway, and the lead cars will drive on by. You don't need to get off the racing line. You don't need to get out of the way. You are thinking you're helping, but you're not, because you are going where the fast cars are going. So if you stay where you are, the person who drove all the way around the racetrack will find his way around you and drive away. That being said, guys, so if you are in a battle for like 15th and 16th and a lead car comes through, you don't need to give up anything. So guys that are on the lead laps need to be patient if their car is already involved in a battle. That is partly down to the lapped car's discretion if they think they're in a battle or not. So you kind of have to be a little smart about how you pace yourself around the cars all around you. Let's see what else is going to be important here. Larry, what am I missing?
Let's see. Driving during the outlap.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So let's do etiquette on chat and voice, and then we'll do the outlap. So once qualifying starts, we're not using any of the chats. We're not using any of the voice chats. You can go to like a social channel somewhere else if you guys want to chat offline, but out of here you don't. We don't need GGs. We don't need to apologize. We're all sorry, right? We're all assuming that we all just made mistakes rather than something malicious, right? So we don't need to be throwing any fits or whining. We're all just middle-aged men trying to enjoy video games. So let's just enjoy that, right? Afterwards, there will be a post-race debrief where you'll send you'll save your replays. Make sure you have your maximum replay link saved. You'll save your replays. We'll review them. You'll give Larry your car number, the timestamp on the timeline, and the corner number if you happen to have been paying attention to the track map, which is also in ACC Trackmaster channel if you haven't seen those already, so that we can review and kind of walk through what happened and explain things, good, bad, or otherwise. When the race starts on the outlap, ghosting will be on, so there will be no collisions, right? But still try not to drive through people, because that's rude. But that's a plenty good time to warm up tires and brakes and kind of get things set up. You want to drag your brakes for the entire lap. If you only drive a portion of the lap, the tire will cool down by the time you get started, and your braking will suck when you go to the first corner, and everybody will have a bad time. So you want to try to stay in that 27.3 area for tire warm up and stay within your space. Use the ACC UI as a guide, right? So if it tells you to stay in the green, stay in the green. If cars get a little jumbled up, just rely on the ACC UI as your reference rather than visuals, because sometimes people aren't paying attention and things get a little jiggered, rely on the game to tell you when to start, and you won't have to worry about any drive-throughs or things like that. Larry, what else did I miss?
I'm over here talking without pushing a button.
Rude.
So not driving through cars during the outlap, holding the brakes for warm brakes.
Yep.
Um,
if you touch someone, spin, whatever, hold your brakes until you come to a complete stop. Pay attention to the cars around you. Do not pull out into traffic. It's better to like pull on the side of the road and come back safely onto the track or whatever. But don't try to cut across the track. Don't try to do a U-turn. Don't try to do a spin turn. You're going to be terrible at all of them. Your tires are going to be messy. It's like 700 horsepower, so it'll be lousy. So, and 10 seconds between cars will be like that. So, but better to come back in traffic in a safe space rather than jumping ahead, especially here because this is a very short, tight track with a lot of blind corners, and people can't see you. So assume if you get spun, no one can see you, and drive accordingly. Let's see what else. All right, Larry, what else did I forget?
Real quick, Nathan's car is not showing in the event thing, but he is showed as using the Ferrari. That's why he can't get in.
He's shown in the event thing.
Yeah, on the event screen there is no Ferrari with his icon next to it, a check mark.
What?
But he is shown on the roster.
What?
Yeah, I forgot to mention it to you. He missed the first race, and that's why it didn't get fixed. This is on me.
What? That doesn't make any sense. If he's in the roster and has a car selected, he should be able to show up.
Right.
Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense.
We'll fix it for you, though.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. That's weird.
Unfortunately, tonight it won't be happening because the server's already running, Nathan. I really do apologize. That was my bad.
It's weird. It's weird. Okay.
It is awful. It's weird that he's in the roster with a car selected, though.
Yeah, that is weird. I'll let people go for the drivers' meeting, and maybe Nathan, you and I can troubleshoot for a couple more minutes, and then we'll see what we can figure out.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes
You guys
left.
have any questions for me? I want to give you guys a little bit more running time.
What about the cut through in the middle?
What about the cut?
You can't use it.
Copy that.
That's not where the
That's
track
the
goes.
Indy track. You have to use the full track here.
Yeah, that's not where the track goes. Follow the racetrack.
I was just wondering if you like get killed and you have to go through that, or
I
something.
think there's actually a blank wall there.
No,
It's a wall.
No, you can drive through the Indy circuit. You can drive through there and go to the pits. It'll screw up your lap count.
I think it DQs you too.
I think it does. I've never done it in a race, but I've done it in practice.
Don't try it unless you really want to disappear tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But I can see ACC getting mad at you and DQing you. So.
They did that on like, what was it, Misano? There's a spot with a similar situation, and it will DQ you for cutting track that hard.
Yeah. So I wouldn't doubt that it would cut you if you tried to take the Indy track. All right, what other questions folks got? I want to give you some time and see if I can figure out Nathan's problem.
Is anybody going to be streaming or recording the whole race and the debrief like last time?
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I'm streaming the race, and my YouTube thing has DVR, so you can watch the replay later if you want.
I'll be streaming the race too.
I would strongly suggest that you guys go into general and make sure that your maximum replay length is on 1 hour and 15 minutes. And check to make sure that your autosave replay is turned on also.
Sorry,
that way you guys can find the replay.
I was figuring out my push to talk. Yeah, I'll record the race.
Thank you, Prakash. Appreciate that. You could drop it in a Google Doc, and we can all find it from there.
I would like to add something. Remember to adjust your breakpoints accordingly to the traffic.
Yes, we all need to be very cognizant and pay attention about braking here because everybody's going to be backed up for quite a few laps. This track does get very, very tight. Anticipate, please. Recognize where you are on track so that you know where your brake markers would be if you were driving by yourself. They will not be the same while you're following someone.
They're all earlier because their car's around. Remember, we said this in the last debrief, right? Anytime you're not qualifying, all your breakpoints are earlier.
You did mention holding the brakes after an accident.
Sure did.
And the mini map should be on full. so that you can find an open spot in the traffic, because like you said, 10 seconds will disappear quite quickly. So 17 minutes, you guys can go get some hot laps in. Also, pay attention to the track conditions, gentlemen, at the top of the screen.
Yep, that's true.
Happy birthday, Davin. Hey, Larry, do you have time to help me with my setup?
Right, Eric. Appreciate the help.
Happy birthday. Have a good race, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, Eric. Good luck, everybody. That's what's his name talking.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I believe it's what's his face.
Ah, thank you. What's his face? Make sure you go find who's he.
Dude, that's such an odd name.
I'll be right back.
Remember when I mentioned you guys need to come out and do lead follow and do trains? There's one in front of you right now.
The whole track is a train. It's so long it just loops around.
Choo-choo.
Morning, everyone.
Mr. Felton, nice to have you, sir.
Evening, afternoon, and everything else. And I will be with you shortly. Sorry I'm late to practice. And I'll apologise now for any lack of speed I might have. I've had to go back to my Logitech wheel for the night.
Should we give Davin some birthday ballast? If I could give you 36 kilos, I would definitely do it, but unfortunately, the max is 30.
It was discussed in chat for sure.
Well, that's flattering, I think.
We were hoping that you'd find you were half a second off pace and couldn't figure out why.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
Been like, oh, that's just my driving. Everyone actually got better.
Now I'm gonna go back to building my new pedals. I'll be back to watch the race.
One thing we did not touch on is the exit of pit lane.
Oh yeah, don't cross the white line on exit of pit lane. For traffic that's coming out, pay attention to the traffic that's coming out. Yeah, that's the thing. But also cars that are on the hot track, who don't encroach on the pit lane exit area. That is their safety.
Why is it giving someone in the pits a yellow flag?
Because he's flying into the pits.
Depends on how they got there. I haven't looked yet, Saif. I'll have to look in a second.
ahead's last lap time is a 127.32. The guy behind has just done a 127.46. The leader has just done a 125.80. You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. The guy behind has just done a 127.68. 127.24.
Okay. Let's put some laps in.
Question.
What's up?
Does anyone here have the first sponsor TLCM or had it?
What's wrong with it?
I'm trying to use the
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left.
Space up for the throttle, but the bottom.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching. Blue flag. Got cold brakes all round.
You trying to use the what now?
Yellow flag. B27.
Is it upside down possibly?
Incident clear, green flag. That's a new fastest lap for Torres, 125.72.
I don't know exactly how to help you.
Oh no, I'm in Larry's car.
Sector 2 is 0.7
and my car at
off
the
the
same
pace.
time.
So if you're on a 224 and stable.
I thought he meant he did a 124 lap time for a second.
That
Yellow
would be
flag.
Jake. He's trying to put some sort of a spacer in it. He couldn't get it to fit under the throttle.
Green flag.
Sorry.
Sector 2 is 0.50 off the pace. Tyre temperatures are fine. That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
What do you got?
Yellow flag, it's your best lap in this session.
No, it should carry over.
Brake temperatures are fine.
Jade, what kind of spacer were you trying to change?
The one that comes with the pedal.
Right, but is it behind the pedal plate?
Yes, behind the plate.
Green flag, you're clear. Sector
That
1
should
is
only fit one way.
off the
I mean,
base.
you might have some side-to-side movement or some up and down movement, but I don't think there should be an issue with it.
On your left.
You could turn it thin side up
Clear
or
left.
thin side down is about the only difference I can see in the pictures. You didn't break
Sector 2
anything,
is
did you?
2/10 off the pace. Green flag, Sector 1. Your left front tyre is running hot.
Like, top two goes in, but the bottom two goes in.
I can imagine it's flopping around, yeah. I hate to say this, but I think you may have cross-threaded the bolt. How hard was it to turn it in?
Very hard.
Okay, well, you cross-threaded it. Sorry. Hate to say that, but that's what happened.
Okay. So I just buy a new bolt?
You may have to fix the hole too, but be careful taking it out, because if it doesn't want to come out, don't force it. It'll break and you'll have a fucking hole that will never be used again.
Okay.
I would say take the top one out first to allow the tension off of the plastic and
Check
see
the
if
flag,
it comes out
B28.
later, easier that way.
I'll try that after the race.
Thank you, sir. All right, gentlemen, we are going to go quiet now. We are going to be going to qualifying here shortly when you guys get done. Remember, please take your time. Go out. You're going to have to warm up your tires again. Check the track conditions, because it went from green to fast while we were playing around. Put some banker laps in, put some time in, allow the time to get better as you drive.
And have fun.
It is beer o'clock, right?
That depends on where you are, but yes is the answer.
It's after midday here.
Light beer because we're racing, though.
That's the end of the session. B28.
Alright, here we go. 29.
The track temp is 26. The air temp is 26 Celsius.
Let me reduce my tire pressures. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go up with 25. Alrighty. Oh.
Oh, that's just someone got.
Right side.
Keep it
Clear
quiet,
right.
guys.
Gotta be loose.
Its exit is clear. Don't cross the line. Yellow flag. We have 19 minutes to get a decent lap in. Let's get some heat into these brakes. Green flag, all clear. Sector 3 is now yellow. Looks like P4's gone off. Yellow flag.
track is so crowded. There's like 40 of us.
Yellow flag, stay sharp. The car in front has just done a 128.28. Green flag. Yellow flag, green flag, sector 1. Incident's clear, green flag, yellow flag, sector 2, P6. That lap time was 127.52. Sector 2 is clear. Won't count, you've cut the track. 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Yellow flag. Your brake temperatures are fine, mate. Green flag, you're clear. Incident in sector 1, yellow flag. Yellow flag. P13. Green flag, you're clear. Yellow flag, sector 2. Yellow flag, stay sharp. Green flag, sector 2.
Clear left.
Green flag, incident clear. Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace.
Yep, I'm not going quicker.
Yellow flag, sector 1 is green. You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 2.
I'm gonna leave some gap, try for another flyer, and then go back in and adjust tire pressures.
Incident clear, green flag, 17th place. Blue flag.
Alright, that was not good. Let's go in. try that. Now we just have to come out. Nice opening. Look at all the cars on track. It's crazy. Maybe I should let this cluster
There's
go.
traffic behind. Take care. Green flag, sector 3. Blue flag. Yellow flag. Your brakes are cold. Take it easy. Green flag. You're clear of the incident. P18. Blue flag. Your front tyres are cold.
Clear right.
Yellow flag. Green flag, all clear. Yellow flag, sector 1. Sector 1 is now green.
On your right. Clear right.
You're outside of track limits there.
Car right.
Oh my god.
Clear right.
Why did I get hit?
10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Don't know what happened there. And I'm not going to check the replay right now.
Pit exit's clear. Push. Blue flag. B19. Car in front's lap time is at 127.23. Yellow flag in sector 1. The guy behind has just done a 127.15. Going to validate this lap, track limits. Sector 1 is clear.
Doing horribly.
Yellow flag. You're clear, incident clear. Yellow flag, incident clear. Green flag, B21. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. New fastest lap for Sing, 125.22. Your left front is hot. Yellow flag. Incident clear. Green flag.
What is happening?
Yellow flag. Clear of the incident. Green flag. Your brake temperatures are looking good. Sector 3 is 3.4, off the pace.
Car left, clear left.
Fastest lap for Zing, 125.17. Sector 1 is 0.9, off the pace. Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Sector 2 is 2/10 off the pace. V19. Sector 3 is 0.34 off the pace. Five minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Yellow flag.
On your right, clear right.
Incident clear, back to green flag. Sector 1 is green. The guy behind has just done a 126.45. P20.
Oh, brutal.
You've got half your fuel left.
I think the mid 126s was what I was doing in practice. So, not too bad considering that.
That's a new fastest lap for Singh, 124.93. Yellow flag. Green flag, you're clear. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. New fastest lap for Holmes, 124.91. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. Sector 2 is 0.42 off the pace. Sector 1 is clear. Blue flag. Yellow flag.
Yikes. I think that's it. Last race qualified P2. This race I qualified P20. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's life. I'm just gonna hope to not die and get it home, and that should be good. .30, 39. Track is getting hotter, but let's calculate my fuel now. So what are the lap times at? My fuel consumption is 2.78. Lap times are 124.6. So 134 liters of fuel. 134 divided by 2 is 67. Cool. Let's go with 67 and 67. Use current tire pressures. And now we chill. That's it. Let's see if I got bumped down. Yeah, P21 so far. I've got Mr. Larry Foster on my tail. Jack Stand.
That's the end of the session. 21st.
Some people I've raced with.
Let me say this, for those of you who go off track, please be careful about how much throttle you use. The cars are not stable in the grass, especially after they have come to a stop like you're supposed to and holding the brakes. Stabbing the gas and trying to get back on track quickly will do nothing but slide. You can use first gear and your manual pit limiter to help you get back on track. Please pay attention, and that is a good possibility.
Hey Larry, there's something I want to add.
Sure.
So there's a reason why there is no passing in qualifying. The reason why is because when you were out on qualifying, you were putting a gap to the cars in front of you so you can qualify. When you drive in front of somebody else that is on a hot lap trying to qualify, you are driving into their gap, and that is rude. Also, it screws their lap and the next lap because they have to now back off and start over again. So that's why I say all those things about qualifying, because there's a tactical reason for why you shouldn't do that.
Mr. Native D, what's up, Daryl?
All right, guys, check to make sure that you have plenty of fuel on board. Check to make sure you're going to be adding fuel if you're going to be adding fuel. Check to make sure that you will be having tires that need to be changed, proper pressures. I'm giving away all my secrets.
Basically, smoke them if you got them.
Right.
Javier, don't go anywhere. Bilbo just put in 3-minute and 20-second delay, by the way.
I know people have yet to notice that I've added a long delay at the end, so you can like go pee, take a break. sit there and think.
Then the timer counts down after we get into the race.
Yeah,
But
it
up
does a
to-
really terrible job post session. It just kind of lets you sit there and you think it's broken. It's not broken. It's just long.
This is better being the timing, or goodness,
Words.
this is better than the timer being too short.
Yep.
That's happened before.
And also, we are 42 cars deep in here, although Mr. Manning had to bail because he said he was falling asleep while he was practicing.
That's not safe.
He figured he would leave just in case he nodded off while he was trying to race. So,
Yeah,
you guys, this is one of the largest fields we've had in a long time.
That being said, guys, you're not going to win the race in turn 1, so take your time. You got an
Or
hour.
2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6.
Take your time.
What about at the end of the race?
Whoever gets there first.
Oh, okay.
But also remember, when we're on the grid and we're doing our outlap, please make sure to hold your brakes and keep the tire pressures, or help the tire pressures, excuse me.
65
And in
minutes.
turn,
Pit
keep
window opens
the
after
temperatures up in the
7:30.
brakes.
P21.
Also, don't drive inside the car in front of you.
And Larry, you're advised
The
to
track
a little
temp
bit
is
already
39.
smoking, so
The air
nice
temp
try.
is 30
I figured
Celsius.
as much.
I know I smoked too much.
Nope. That's on you, buddy. Not me.
Not your mom. Don't care. Enjoy.
All right. Everything's set up, I hope.
Good luck, and I'm sorry if I kill anyone. I
Read
hate
the
this
back of my
wheel.
car.
Should I add a liter extra for good measure?
Use to use our PSI for each, 1 click of PSI for each centigrade.
Correct.
Each ambient.
For the air temperature.
Y ahorita mira esta temperatura, ¿verdad?
For the air temperature, not for the track temperature.
Correct.
Correct.
First number, not the second one.
Thank you.
Royce and Erickson are dueling YouTubers.
I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just doing this so my dad can watch. But if anybody else wants to watch, might as well.
I'll watch.
Yeah, throw as much chat as possible at him so he has to read it while he's driving.
I actually don't know how to. You can do it with Twitch. I don't think you can do it with YouTube.
Yeah, you can throw it at me because I got the chat up.
I thought you meant you didn't know how to read.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
no.
I don't know, man. I doubt. Press F for doubt.
Bilpo just posted his hoosing builds.
Good for him.
Alright, 30 seconds. Let's do this.
Good luck, everybody.
Happy birthday, Devin.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, happy birthday to the big D man.
Here we go. Nervous.
Should have been polite and gifted me pole. That would have been. That would have been a birthday gift.
Where do you think the 30 kilograms came from?
Oh no.
Don't wreck. Don't wreck. Don't wreck. Keep it on the track.
Oh, and for the cars at the back half of the lap, when we start filing up for the side-by-side, where do you think that's going to be, Devin, or do you know? Oh, he's not even listening. Fuck him. Actually, just remember, guys, don't come racing up to the other cars in front of you. It makes it hard to find out where you're supposed to be.
There's Larry's Lambo. He's right behind me, so I'm just gonna expect him to put pressure on me
Somebody
always.
wasn't fucking listening. Thank you, Prakash. Leader needs to slow down.
Thanks, Daryl. Try my best.
Follow car number 10.
Here we go.
Go, nail it.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left. On your left. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left. Car left.
Yellow flag.
Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
Okay, let's find a good rhythm. Make some places. Incident clear. Green flag. Yellow flag, sector 3.
On your right. Still there. Clear right. Car right. Hold your line. Still there.
Yellow flag, stay sharp. Sector 1 is green.
Clear right. Right side. Clear right.
You're clear. Incident clear. B18. The guy in front is Foster.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Just gotta play it patient, brake early.
Yellow flag. Green flag, you're clear. Your lap time was 128.04. Your left front is hot. Yellow flag. You're reeling faster. Yeah, the gap is now 0.6.
Damn.
On your right. Clear right.
We've seen a little bit of aero damage. Incident clear. Back to green flag. V20.
That's annoying.
Sector 3 is clear. The pit window opens in 2 minutes. Yellow flag. The leader's just done a 124.89. Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines. Green flag. V21. The pit window opens in 1 minute. Defend your position, don't let him through. Yellow flag. Pit window is open.
That warning kind of tripped me out.
The incident's clear. Green flag. That lap time was 128.11. Green flag in sector 3. Come on, just send it. They're pretty slow into Paddock Hill. Yellow flag.
Clear right.
Clear of the incident, green flag. th place.
Left side. Clear left. Right side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear right.
Made that pass. It's a little aggressive, but I was kind of just stuck behind him for a while.
Yellow flag. Gap to Russell behind is now 0.8. Green flag, all clear, P19. That was a 127.88. Hold your nerve, make them do the work. He's faster than you, entering Paddock Hill. Yellow flag, stay sharp. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 0.37.
Nice little bunch over here.
Green flag, incident clear. Sector 3 is 1.4 off the pace.
Car right. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
Come on mate, defend your position.
On your left. Clear left.
The guy in front is Russell.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
Oh, sorry, bud.
The leader has just done a 124.74. Yellow flag.
side. Clear left.
Green flag, you're clear of the incident. 18th.
On your left. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
Sweet pass, mate. Yellow flag. Incident clear, green flag, 16th place. Yellow flag. We're gaining on this car. The gap is 1.5. He's slower than us into Westfield. Incident clear, green flag. The gap behind is now 1.5 seconds. Yellow flag. You've used half your fuel. Green flag, you're clear. Yellow flag. Of the incident, green flag. That lap was at 127.38. Cabrera is pitting from position 22. He should come out a little way behind you. You're reeling this car in. The gap's now 0.9. You're slower than us through Sheen. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
Car left, clear left.
I think he lost concentration or something. Just went straight on.
Green flag, you're clear. P15. The guy in front is David.
Okay.
Left side, clear left.
Yellow flag. The incident's clear, green flag. Sector 3 is clear, green flag. Yellow flag, green flag, sector 1. Your front brakes are getting a bit hot. The gap behind is now 0.8. Incident clear, green flag, V14. You're reeling this guy in. The gap's now 4.1 seconds. They're slow into Sterling's. Yellow flag. laps are good. You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Yellow flag, sector 3 is green. Incident clear, green flag. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
Car left, clear left.
Incident clear, back to green flag. Green flag in sector 2, 13th place. Foster is pitting from P23. It looks like he'll come out just behind you. Yellow flag. The gap to Russell behind is now 1.1.
How is Foster in P23? I don't know why this car keeps triggering a yellow flag. Like there's a car in the pits or something.
You're clear of the incident. That was a 128, 116.
Oh god, this guy's back.
Come on, don't let him get away. Car ahead is Russell. Cabrera is pitting from position 29. I think he'll come out just in front of you. Yellow flag, green flag, sector 3.
Gonna try to work together with Russell here.
Green flag, incident clear.
Can't see the car in front.
Yellow flag.
Left side, clear left. Right side, clear right.
Sometimes you just don't have to do anything, just gotta not wreck.
You're clear, incident clear, P10.
That was kind of the game plan today. See how it goes after the pit stop though.
front is now 3.9 seconds. Yellow flag. Your front brakes are getting pretty hot. We've been warned about track limits.
I think I'm gonna pit.
Incident clear, green flag. Yellow flag. Watch your speed limit in the pits. There'll be traffic on the exit. We
47
expect to exit the pits in
seconds.
position.
On your left, clear left.
The leader's pitting now. Cabrera is entering the pits. He's in P34. Looks like he'll come out just in front of you.
Alright, let's go. Car is brand new, tires are brand new. Let's see if we can make up some positions.
Pit exit's clear, green flag, all clear. Your brake temperatures look good. Blue flag.
Car right. Clear right.
Blue flag.
On your right. Clear right. On your right. Clear right.
Let's try to follow these guys. Keyword try. Their pace is a lot stronger.
Yellow flag. You're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel.
Car right. Clear right.
You've had a bit of bodywork damage there. There's a car rejoining in front. The car behind is pitting.
Ouch.
Green flag. You're clear of the incident. P19.
On your right.
Blue flag. You're locking your fronts into Druids. Your left sides are running hot. Yellow flag. You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 1.2 seconds.
Right side, clear right.
Green flag. P17. Yellow flag. Your left front's hot. The incident's clear. Green flag.
Clear left.
Car exit in the pits.
Clear right. Car left. Hold your line. Clear left.
The leader is pitting now. Holmes is leading the race.
On your left. Clear left.
Wow. Oh boy. I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about in the debrief.
P16. Leader, Holmes, is pitting. The gap behind has now decreased to 7.5. He's faster than you into Paddock Hill. Yellow flag. Incident clear. Back to green flag. 15th place.
On your left. Clear left.
You're gaining on the guy in front. The gap is 90 seconds. He's slow into Sheen. Yellow flag, stay sharp. Green flag, you're clear. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Yellow flag, we think Bird has binned it in Paddock Hill. Green flag in Sector 1. We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
On your right. Clear right.
Incident clear. Green flag.
What the heck is going on? Holy shit.
Right side. Clear right. Car right. Clear right.
If y'all gonna mow the lawn and shit, just let me go.
Sector 3 is now clear. Yellow flag.
Russell went from like right behind me or right in front of me to 30th. That sucks for him. He got taken out.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 6.8. Green flag. Incident clear. Yellow flag.
Car right. Clear right.
Incident clear. Green flag.
Car right. Clear right.
Frig was that?
On your left. Still there. Clear left.
3 is clear. Sector 1, yellow flag. We think that Gonzalez has gone off in Graham Hill Bend. Yellow flag, green flag, Sector 1. Incident clear. That's 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes. The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 1.8. They're faster than us into Graham Hill Bend. Yellow flag. P15. Green flag, you're clear.
I see P16 coming up behind me.
Yellow flag. Incident clear, green flag. The lap time was at 1:27.90. Don't be intimidated, keep me behind you. Yellow flag. Green flag, all clear. Corsa, 127.25. Good lap, that's your best in the session.
On your right.
Blue flag.
Still there. Clear right.
I think I closed the door on him too early.
Remaining.
Well, I'll be
15
hearing
minutes
about
to
that.
go. Keep it nice and smooth.
in
Come on, let the
office.
race come to us. Green flag sector 3.
Oh man.
The gap behind's increased to 4.8. Your front brakes are pretty hot now. Your left side tyres are hot. Sector 1 is yellow. Green flag sector 1.
Car right. Clear right. Yellow flag. The gap behind is now 3.0. Clear of the incident. Green flag.
just had a warning for cutting the track. Your left front tyre is running hot. The gap to Torres ahead is increasing. It's now 14 seconds.
Wants to let him go. Guess he wants to fight for it. Good man, Jack Stand.
Keep digging. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Clear right.
Green flag, you're clear. The pit window closes in 2 minutes. Yellow flag. Pit window closing in 1 minute. Green flag, all clear. Sector 3 is 1.2, off the pace. Is now closed. We've been warned about track limits. Yellow flag. The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 0.9. Flag, you're clear of the incident. Yellow flag. Brake temperatures look good.
Alright, 5 minutes left. Let's bring it home.
We're clear of the incident. Green flag. That was 128.57. That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes. Yellow flag, stay sharp. Is now 1.3 seconds. Green flag, you're clear. Yellow flag.
That was kind of sketchy.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Sometimes it looks a lot sketchier than it actually is, like in car. So it's like pretty important to know where
Incident clear, green flag.
your car begins and ends.
Two minutes to go, 2 minutes. Green flag in sector 3.
Final minute. jack stand gonna send it in the last second? I hope not. Alright, let's bring it home. Started P21. Finished P15.
One more lap to go.
Oh, spoke to her soon. One more to go.
Incident Sector 3, yellow flag.
I'd say my tire temps were pretty good all race. Just wrecked a couple times. Had someone rear end me. Had another guy dive bomb me. And that might have been my fault. But we're gonna hear about it soon, because the driver's debrief is next. And I'm probably gonna get sent to the principal's office.
14th.
Right.
Okay, it's over.
Oh, 14th?
Good drive.
15th? 14th? Okay.
On your right. Car left.
Sweating. See that replay. Save it. Alright. Don't know. Lap. Okay. Whose fault was this?
Alright, all good.
It sounds like some people are doing donuts.
That's a good way to open up the channel there, sir.
Sorry if I killed anyone or held anyone up. My downshift decided to play up.
You want to bounce over to coaching room 1 so you know I'm about to talk?
Alrighty.
We can leave the server, right?
Sure.
I got rammed into oblivion by someone.
I was trying, but you were just trying to move too much in front of me.
Nah, it wasn't you.
And Akash, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but it was your position, so it's all yours.
Wait, what happened?
Bump and spin.
Oh, that's fine.
So we will roll up into coaching room 1 so that we don't have to do the push to talk, guys, when you have a moment.
Apparently I have a hole in my mouth. Spilling stuff all over. Alright, I'm gonna go clean this up.
Player here yet, or are you still talking over there?
I definitely know I've probably killed 1 or 2 people in this race, so I am so sorry. I apologize.
That was the hardest. Man, and I was trying to pit. Wait, let me see.
That was fun. But
Oh,
damn, I killed some people.
Yeah, that was definitely a race
I
where
definitely
you
know.
learn more than go
Oh,
fast.
I definitely know I killed somebody,
I've never
and I
moved
feel
up.
so bad about that.
I've never moved up and moved down more positions in my life. I think I was like up to like, I started at like 35th. I went up to 21.
I went from all the way back to 29.
Ugh.
I went to pit, and there's this big, fat, pink Lambo in front of me going like 20 kph, man.
How's that looping? How's that looping the sound back? That's really annoying.
I do believe it's been fixed.
Hey,
Let's
Larry's
hope so.
here.
I had way too many incidents to count, so I already know what I did wrong.
Oh,
Although I am going to be confused about the person who didn't break into the last turn.
I've got a
Poison
0
and decided
alcohol
sandwich it,
Heineken
though.
here.
Well, if we do the thing we always do,
Crack
maybe
this
we'll see
open.
the thing you're talking about.
Maybe, don't hit what you can't see.
Score 1.
I waited until the second to last lap to do that.
I'll go grab something to eat 1 second.
Sorry, I dinged you, PT Nini.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Go get
Just
the beer.
one,
it's fine.
Be back. So hopefully that's not the worst trip
Cheers.
that you've ever had.
No, not the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done this last year. It was worse then.
It may have been the worst if I hit Davin, but I never hit Davin, so.
Yep, that's a plus. That's a plus. Always just keep that as a mantra. Bumper stick in the car. Never hit Davin. Just always. Never hit Davin.
I didn't hit Davin. I hit somebody in front of him.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that all you want.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hop into
Larry, are you getting any names, or am I just...
Oh, no, I
Screen
was,
sharing.
Mr. Saif was looking at 58 minutes. Turn 3, car 1.
58, where are we? 58. Let's start a little earlier.
He wants to know if he was at fault.
Hmm. Well, if you have to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear. Ah!
That was the thing I just apologized for. I feel like that was my bad.
Well, Safe, I'm going to give you a chance to talk about it first before I interject.
Can I watch it again before I say
Sure.
anything?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I'll give you a leading question. What can that Lamborghini see?
The wall in front of him right
What
now.
what can you see?
Standing coat.
So the Lamborghini is spun, right? Coming back on the road. No idea what's happening behind him. So at this point, he has no idea that you're there, can't adjust for you, can't adapt for anything. He just got his world rocked. So he's pulling back on the track. So first of all, he's pointing towards the outside. So going where he's going at the same time doesn't make a lot of sense because he won't know you're there, and you're also running in the place that has less room. So this is in his blind spot. He can't. He has no idea that you're even gonna do anything, so he can't adjust for you at all because you're just coming in at a jillion miles an hour, and he's not looking in that direction where you are. And then you run off the road and run into him. So I would put a lot more fault on you because you could see both cars. You're moving toward him much faster. He's looking ahead and can't see behind him because he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. And you could have waited because you were leading. You had a 10-second gap. Like there's no reason to rush a 10-second gap for absolutely no reason. You lose nothing except for letting me get closer.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, Mike.
It didn't
All
affect
right.
me.
What inquiries did I miss?
None. We just did one.
All right.
All right, let's see. Mark Felton shows start of the race, car 97. What the?
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Yeah, I lost connection. Larry, I put.
Yeah, I read it earlier.
Was that what happened?
It was at the beginning of the race. I came around, I saw green, or just before green, and then I got going, and then all the cars were up in the sky, and I was like, this ain't right.
Oh yeah. You're
That's
on
it.
already. You lost connection. There's your what that. Nothing to talk about. All right, next.
All right, let's see. Yeah, okay, he already mentioned that. And let's see, we're going to 26 minutes. Car 529 and 560. He's putting the blame possibly on 529.
Okay. Car 529 and 560. Alright, so who's looking at who's first? Okay, so we'll go 529.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't put the blame on 560. 529 is the passing car. Both going in the same direction with the responsibility to overtake, attacking in the car's blind spot with both cars going right with no overlap. So, what is 560 supposed to do besides
Good question too, because I scooted right down the middle of all of that.
Sure.
Was I right to do that, or is I passing on a yellow?
Well, I mean, so in quote unquote real life, there would be a yellow flag for you to probably not pass under, but it probably happened so quickly it wouldn't count, right? But you're taking your own risk when you do that.
Well, so yellow doesn't mean that you can't go past any cars at all. Like if there's a stationary car on the side of the track, obviously you have to go past it under yellows.
Right.
So generally speaking, it just means that you don't initiate an actual fighting overtake on anyone. But if there's a car that is like going 50 miles an hour or whatever in a high-speed section of the track, you just drive past them. That's not the overtake.
I think the other.
Can we watch that from my car? 16?
Yeah, yeah, we sure can. But I got something I got to talk about first. I think the thing that really gets me for a lot of folks is that like unless you really have good spatial awareness and there's a lot of time, like I messed this up with Carter in the middle of the race on turn 3. Like trying to make a dive at the last minute doesn't work because you're relying on the reaction of the other guy to adjust for you while he's committing to do something. So, you know, back here would have been a great time to try to get alongside where there's enough time for you to say, hey, buddy, I'm next to you. We should probably give each other a lane. But when we get down the road, down here, it's too late now, right? We're already committing for the corner. Like we are 1 second away from the braking zone. We're going to turn. We're not expecting you to dive. I'm not going to take an outside lane for you because you're not next to me at the point of committing to the corner. So at this point, you're relying on the fact of, oh, God, I hope he sees me because he still can't see you here. So it's low probability and high risk of fault for you because he just can't see you. Just this here. So,
Stop doing the Formula One braking
yeah,
job.
stop doing the Formula One braking job. Like unless you are right up on somebody or you've been like dragging next to them for a little while and then you can just like scoot into them where you like roll off the gas or something, you're most of the time just going to get hit because they can't see you because they're not looking at you. And so this move here is something I see a lot of where it's like it's the F1 move. Yeah, Larry nailed it. The F1 move, right? Where you just dive in at the last minute and it's shit, man. These cars weigh 3,000 pounds. I know they don't actually, but I don't feel like doing that. They weigh a lot, and they take a while to stop and do anything. So you can't wait for the last minute. You need a couple seconds. All right, so let's look at your figure. Where are you? La Flamme. All right. Oh no, this is fun. I mean,
split the river.
I mean, he crashed, and the other guy's off the road, and you need to go. Like, this is a hazard. Both cars in hazardous positions. You're on the road. You need to get the hell out of there. So you need to get through it as fast as possible. That's totally fine. Just 2 spots for you. If you had influenced them, like let's say nudged a car, right? Like you were closer and you pushed them out of the way or something, yeah, then you're a naughty boy. But in this case, it's like wait for them to crash. Yeah, that's the perfect time to just make sure to see where they go, because you don't know if one car's going to snap back on the road or do something risky. But if there's a clear window, like as soon as this car is facing straight and going down the grass, shit, floor that shit and get out of there.
I've got one that you might try here. My car, 56, at lap 11, turn 3. It was kind of the same situation, but I parted the Red Sea through here.
Oh, sure.
If it wasn't lap 11, we'll find it later. Yeah, it wasn't this lap, so never mind.
Okay, well, when you find it, let me know. What's the next one?
Mr. Vincent, lap 6. Right around the start-finish line. Who's the ass? He points out.
Oh, okay. I have a quick quiz for folks before we do this. I want to play a game.
This might be me.
No. We're gonna play a game that's irrespective of this because I just want to see what's going on. I'm gonna give you 4 numbers and I want you to tell me who's on the lead lap. 33, 13, 14, 21. Who's on the lead lap?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
35.
Are these positions or car numbers?
They are.
Car numbers.
No, those are positions. Positions. Yep. 33, 13, 14, 21. Who's on the lead lap?
15.
13?
And?
14.
Ah, there you go. Why?
They're racing.
Who's the lap down?
30, the 30 number. I forgot what you said. 33, I think you said it was.
35,
Oh, 35.
13, 14, 21.
35 would be a lap down?
35 would be 2 laps down. Because 35 is ahead of 21, who's coming up behind it. You guys need to get really, really familiar with this. The reason why I'm quizzing you on this is that throughout the race, I saw so many cars out of position that had no idea they weren't fighting each other. They were just together. And so, especially when you were working through lap traffic or trying to get like the cars in position, you guys are all fighting the wrong cars because you don't realize that you're like in different races. So the reason why I gave you a mixed order is because that is 3 separate laps with 4 different cars on 3 different laps doing different things. And so the 35 should get the fuck out of the way because he's 2 laps down, right? The 21, when he catches up to the leaders, is already a lap down. So like shit, there's nothing for him to do. And then the leaders can go. That is going to serve you a lot of dividends in later races because people won't be as gentle making their way through. And in other leagues, they'll be a lot more aggressive. So you need to really be aware of what lap you're on and like what other cars are around you because there were a lot of fights that were just like not really necessary. So it made your life harder.
So you will eventually, like if you are even lightly defending against a lapping car, you will get the penalty for it. So
yeah.
You need to know who is actually on your lap. And by the way, the super easy way, keep your relative visible. If the color is not the same, he's not on your lap.
Right. Yep. There's a lot of times where I was drag racing cars down the street that were 2 laps down, and I'm just like, I don't understand why we're doing this.
It also makes them slower.
Yeah, it makes everyone slower. Anytime you're offline, right? I have a little mental note I want to talk about when you're racing for the lead and how you don't want to lose free time, but I'm going to save that for later in the talk today. But for cars that are a lap down especially, like anytime fast traffic comes up, you want to try to find a gentle place to kind of just lift online, let them get around, and let them go again, right? Because if you're drag racing down the straight where we have to sit too wide from you, or you're just like waiting to turn in and like turn 2 where you just don't turn, that is the most confusing thing to do because the car that's trying to pass you is waiting for a safe space and you're just hanging out there. So making it obvious and easy when cars are going straight is way easier than just like not turning into the corner. That is unbelievably confusing.
There's one even worse thing that I absolutely want to never see any one of you do, and that's when someone laps you and then either has a bad exit because they had to take a bad line because they are lapping you, or they make a small mistake in the next corner, and then you try to re-overtake them. That's absolutely asinine. Please don't ever do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, your race was over when that car caught you. You know, unless you're gonna like pit for something, it's a long race, and we're gonna have multiple laps. Like, you're not racing that dude anymore. So it is kind of annoying and loses a ton of time, and just increases all your car risk, right? For just no reason. So I saw it a lot today, and like, it's not to call anybody individually out because I see it in the Tuesday and Wednesday splits too, right? Yeah, like, you don't need to just come to a complete stop, but man, guys, like, if you think about it, we're all trying to go around in a circle as fast as possible. If you reduce the amount of time you have to go slow on one of the circles, then you'll get there faster, and you'll be happier. So.
Yeah, David, at one point, I was getting blue car. I should have been getting blue flags, and I wasn't. Like, I had several cars laps up on me coming up behind, had not a single blue flag, and because of things that have happened today, I haven't been able to use my normal setup, and I couldn't change to see who was around me.
Right.
And I just had to move out of the road and hope that they were a lap up.
Right. That's frustrating. Yeah, because if you're optimally configured, you'd have buttons that you can push to know what's happening.
Hey, Ilpo, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I can understand that would be an asinine thing to do. But imagine you're like 16 and you're racing for position with 15 ahead of you, or 34 and 33, and there's somebody coming up, blue flag, you're the car behind, you wait for a safe place to pass him, to let him pass, he passes you, and then their pace, for whatever reason, they spin out, they start doing, they're wiggling a little bit, and your car is just getting farther and farther away. So if they go off track a little bit and you have an opportunity to get back to chase your guy, that's the wrong thing to do?
Yes, because then he will overtake you again, and you will lose even more time.
Right.
And ironically, that I know, I understand exactly what you're saying. He's passing you for a reason, but yeah, I don't know what to say. But there was that happened, and I let him pass, and then he sort of spun out in front of me. I had to pass him again, and then I had to wait.
Well, I mean, obviously, if he fully spins or whatever, yeah, you just go.
No, full spin out. He went into the grass, into the sand, and I'm on his bumper basically because he's not putting any space between me
but
and him.
If he's genuinely catching you on pace and not because you are laps down because of some other reason, he's just gonna try to pass you again.
Reason. Right, I was laps down for other reasons. I had
so was he faster or not?
I think he was marginally faster, but on
in that case, he is going to re-overtake you at some point, and you will lose more time when he does it. Sometimes you just have to accept. And he's also going to overtake the car in front of you, so they are also going to lose time.
I agree with you in principle. I will say that.
Well,
I agree. I'm not debating. You're right.
The reason why I talk about this is because I see this happening quite a bit in some leagues, not necessarily here, but in some places. And the biggest problem with it is that it makes the other driver extremely angry. And then they will be sending it like absolutely crazy and potentially crashing you both. So there's always the aspect of you need to be safe as well. Like, you need to take care of your car, which is the only thing you can really take care of. You can't really drive other people's cars. And sometimes, people, it's really annoying when somebody else's mistake costs you time, but that's unfortunately that is racing.
Well, and the other thing I'd add to that is, like, if you have to repass a car that is lapping you, then the next time when that car catches you, it should be an easy sign to just let that car go by as easily as possible, right? Because, sure, they made a mistake and fell off the road. You're not going to sit there while they're shooting off to the side of the road. But don't fight them again when they catch you again, because that's an inevitability. That's going to lose you even more time that eventually is going to hurt the battle you were trying to have. You want to have that faster car fight your opponent as quickly as possible. So, if they fall off the road, get back on the road, keep driving. And as soon as they catch you, you want to let them go by, and then you want to chase that guy so that they slow down 33 or 21.
Sure,
or 81.
I get all that. I understand.
I'm not really necessarily talking about the case where they fall off the road, because, like, if they fall off the road and lose 5 seconds, there's absolutely no reason why you would wait for them. But it's more like situations like I had a case in my race where I was forced to do a 2 wide through a corner with the back marker, and they were on the better exit line from the corner because I had to take the worse entry line and try to overtake them in the corner. And then they tried to drag race me to the next corner, and they actually got fully ahead again. And that is just like incredibly stupid, and I really sent it on them after because I just really wanted to get past.
Right.
So obviously, like, think up, like, if they are just slightly slow, like we are talking about losing a tenth or two, you really should just stay behind them. Don't try to force a 2 wide to the next corner as well, because that's just not gonna do anything. If they
Right,
fall
so
off the road, yeah, fuck them, they are off the road.
So I'm watching the replay, and I'm behind him. And then while I'm following him, I get blue flagged by the guy that's chasing him. So now the guy that I was chasing, there's 2 cars between us because I couldn't get past him because of the blue flags. Do you know what I'm saying? Very frustrating.
Yeah, but that
It's
is
not a big deal, but just it's an interesting.
But
I'm
that
looking
is-
at it now. Yeah.
But that is unfortunately how it goes, and it's
It
not
is,
any
it is.
better.
Yeah.
It's not any better
No.
for the guys that are trying to get past the slower cars.
No, there's no rancor here. I'm just saying it. That it's
Sorry to
interesting
interrupt,
how all sorts of things happen.
What's the time? What was the time stamp and car number you guys are the incident you're talking about?
Where I'm looking right now, I'm at 5250, and I just got passed by a blue flag car. So if you go back a little bit from there, for like 2 or 3 laps, you'll see the blue car in front of me. I'm not sure what his number is. Bobbles here and there, and I'm staying behind him. And then I get passed by another blue flag car, and the car that I'm chasing, that I was right up against before the first blue flag, is gone. It's gone.
So I'm not going to go look at that one because we still haven't
there's
looked at
there's
it yet.
nothing to look at. It's just
But yeah, and like, you know, the blunt answer also here too is that over time pace will solve some of those problems.
Yeah.
Right. But,
What's your car number?
I'm 13.
Okay.
Naturally.
Anyway, so
'Cause I did have lots of bad luck.
right. So part of the opportunity cost you're weighing is over the course of the entire race distance, because you're going to do more laps, right? Is it worth to try to get ahead of 2 faster cars that inevitably are going to catch you and slow down a lot of time? Or is it worth losing a little bit of time in the short period?
I totally understand. I'm not sure maybe my point's not clear.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
I'm literally just talking
okay.
to the group, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this is generally a group thing, right? Like, because most folks are like, "Well, I don't understand why. I want to chase the guy in front of you." There is a long-term big picture that I want to make sure that the group understands of why this point is so important, right? Like, don't sacrifice 2 seconds for 10 seconds, right? That's kind of the big picture. So a lot of times when we're doing a lot of back marker management, you want to think of the big picture. Am I going to lose 10 seconds later because I gained 2 seconds now? Right. Alrighty, so Vince, we totally got distracted because I wanted to talk about that real quick, but let's look at your thing.
Oh, no worries. It's all learning. Now, you know, it might be lap 5, actually, man. I might have given you the wrong information here. Basically, what it was is I got greedy.
Turn 3 shortly.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I forgot about all that.
Oh, no, this is the... Okay, wait a minute. What lap are we on here? I can't see because I'm on my phone.
Lap 6?
Okay, no, it should be. It's probably. It should have been around the start-finish line, and it's probably lap 5, not lap 4.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Just to make sure I get the right one. Lap 6, right around the start-finish line. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's probably going to be lap 5, right around the start and finish line, though. Yeah, go back to lap 5.
Is it at the end of it, maybe? Because nothing.
I think he means the start of lap 5, not the end of it.
Fine. It should be lap 5 then, if it wasn't 6. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. You can pass forward then because I didn't look at the time. I looked at the lap number.
No change in direction, huh?
Well, what happened was I got behind a Mercedes and I was too impatient.
Is
I should have
Vincent
waited.
still here?
Oh yeah, I've been talking the whole time.
I don't understand what we're looking for.
I'm going to try lap 7 because, 6 is 6.
No, there's nothing on 7 either.
Okay.
Can you guys just buy timestamps, please?
Yeah.
You guys
can you guys hear him? He's talking. I can hear him.
I can't hear him.
Yeah,
Oh, I know why. I know why I can't hear
Never
him.
mind. Never
I
mind.
know why I can't hear him.
Oh, I know. I think I know.
I know why I can't hear
I found it.
Vincent. No.
I know why.
I know why.
There's an admin mute on him.
Was snoring, and I muted him a while ago.
That was last week.
Yeah.
You have him personally muted.
I have him personally muted too. Yes, I do.
That was the longest long con on that I have ever seen.
God,
I'm pretty sure that was from last year.
Yeah, that was last week. I just muted him because he was snoring, and I forgot. Okay, Vincent, my man. All right, sorry, man.
I did fall asleep last week.
Yeah, I muted you because I was like, I gotta make this stop. So, okay, sorry, my man. What's going on?
Okay, start of lap 8.
I think it's lap 5 at the start-finish
No,
line.
it's the start of lap 8.
Okay.
Well, there was an incident on lap 8 as well, I believe.
Yeah, he's got that written down. So let's go to 5.
On lap 8.
All right, so this is the start of lap 5. Dude, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. I was just like,
Yeah, I did
right.
too. You can probably like move quick towards the end of the lap because I was right around the start-finish line when it happened. I was going into turn 1, and basically what happened is I got up on a Mercedes, and as opposed to being impatient, I just tried to push past, and I put myself off track, and I lose like
That's
3-4
lap 8.
positions.
Maybe
Yeah,
here.
Here.
Yeah.
Go a little bit back.
Right there.
Yeah,
right there.
Felton wins. He knows the actual number we're at. This is cool.
Yeah, I went looking for it.
All right.
Yeah, it starts just before, right here, coming around this. Right there you go. I don't even know why I was trying to get onto the outside in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, you have every right to try it. It's just unfortunate that you got stuck.
You know?
Well,
I just got behind the dude. I should have probably paced him for a lap or so to figure out where I could try to push, especially at Brands.
Right.
And
So, I will say that the turn 1 switch back into turn 2 is probably my favorite overtake on this lap. And you're actually well positioned to do it. You probably should have braked a little earlier and let the Merc take a wide exit and have a kind of poor corner, and you try to cut to the inside of him into turn 2. That is my favorite overtake on this track anyway.
Yeah. Because if you drive around the outside of someone, there's a phrase, the outside man is a dead man, because all of gravity takes it out towards you. So I only really go around the outside of people when they make a mistake. Like, I don't have a timestamp because I don't remember timestamps anymore, but I passed Singh this way because he collided with a car up the front, and I could drive around the outside of him because he made his own mistake.
Right on.
But that's like the only time I really would have tried an outside move here.
Wait, what is going on here?
Here we are.
I'm sorry.
Here we are.
Oh, also, happy birthday, man. You missed it because I was muted earlier. So
I'm
you didn't
so sorry. So, like, here's a good example, right? We're making a dive in a car that can't see you way too late. So I checked up because I was like, well, that's never going to work. And because they're going to crash, and I don't know which way they're going to go, I'm going to slowly drive down the outside because it's safer, right? But in that case, he slowed himself down because of the collision. So when they start to do this, I'm like, well, either A, he's going to make it, and I'm not going to try to pass the Ferrari anyway, or B, he's going to crash, and then I'm going to wait to see how far the crash goes before I start moving, right? But in both cases, the outside line is probably where I'm going to go, most likely.
Right on. Okay.
So when his nose goes into the wall, I want to face, I always want to drive towards the rear of his car. So it makes more sense for me to go to the outside because the Ferrari is just going to drive away, and the Mercedes is moving away from me, right?
Uh-huh.
So
there is a risk to this approach, which is actually what almost happens here. So sometimes the car gets a snapback, like depending on the driver inputs, and it will snap to the outside. So you have to kind of make a judgment call whether it's safe to try to go around the outside in this kind of case. Like because it's a Merc, it's kind of safe because the Merc doesn't tend to do it. But if that was a Ferrari, there's a very high chance it would snap to the left right now.
Yeah.
And you might see that from my car right behind Davin.
And I'm also lucky that the driver doesn't try to fix it so much, right? Because some people like jump on the throttle right away and then drive to the outside because they're on throttle the whole fucking time, right? And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to die because you're going to drive across the racetrack. Cool. But I saw how slow he was rotating, and I was like, nah, I don't think he's going to do that. I think I can make it. So I went anyway.
Right on that, right.
I'm like, oh, outside line. I tried to give myself as much room as I could, right? The reason why I'm way over here is I'm like, if there's a snap, I should at least have a little bit of time to see it and try to drive down towards the outside of the track. I can't do everything, but I can at least try to give myself a chance with using speed and momentum to stay as close to the green as possible, right? It might still happen, but I gotta go. I can't stop. So I'm going.
Well, the distance also gives you more time to get by him before he swings to the left.
Right.
Because it's gonna take him some time to actually cross over. So there's a kind of a call on how much you want to slow down. Because the slower you are going, the longer you are in the danger zone. So you kind of want to keep some speed going, but not so much that you don't have options.
Yeah,
when
that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to position myself just so to where if he did snap left, I still had time to go right. But then when I saw him catch it, I just sped forward and kept going.
Yeah, that's exactly a kind of a good approach to this kind of situation where somebody has a moment and you have enough, like you're far enough back that you can see that he's catching it, so you can actually use that.
Yeah. But, to kind of alternate approaches, I kind of only really use the outside move if I'm either 100% fully committed, or the guy's moving dead slow, right? But otherwise, I'm just adding track distance and putting myself, especially here, or the track is going to go the opposite direction by the time we get to the next corner. So, like, if the corner ahead was the left, for example, I'll go around the outside on this right-hander, because the track will change direction, and the outside will become the inside. So it makes the pass easier for me because it gets done early, right? So, like, let's just pretend this corner, turn 2, went left, right? If I stay on the outside, as we go up the straightaway, the outside becomes the inside. I don't have to do a thing. And then I have track position now, right? But in this case, it's a right followed by a right. So unless I have so much momentum that I can clear him, because part of it is I have to clear him. If I don't clear him, I'm going to entice him to want to make a dive down the inside again when we make turn 2. Right, because people will try that. They'll get down to the druids and they're like, "Oh, I'll just try to get my spot back by diving on the brakes," and I'm having to drive the long way all the way around the whole way. I'm really, really likely to get hit there, right? I have to do a lot of sophisticated work in order to keep him under control, right? You have to slow down with him now. You can't go full speed. You can't go around the outside yet until he turns. There's a lot of work that happens now because now I'm on the outside, but I still want to keep position, right? But you got to plan ahead, right? Like, if you're going to do that, like for brands specifically, if you're really going to do it, you've decided that you're trying to make a pass somewhere like turn 3 or turn 4, back here in turn 1, and you're willing to go a whole lot offline and deal with a whole bunch of risk and ball ache to get it done, right? Because you have to manage that car the whole time while giving him a lane and not enticing him to go fast enough to want to hit you. It's a lot of work. Right?
Yeah.
So most of the time, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, if you're going with the driver you trust, you probably could get rid of it because he doesn't want to hit his friend, so he'll give you a lane and I'll have a lane and we'll probably make it. But if it's someone you kind of don't trust or someone who's a little enthusiastic, I won't try it because he'll try to dive up the inside into 2 and drive into my door. And I'm like, oh, cool. That sucks.
Okay, so actually Ilpo has sent me a few, and I want to go with the second one first, Ilpo, if you don't mind. Car 909 at the 60-30 timestamp.
Okay.
And he was going to have a comment about the overtake attempt.
60-30. Here?
It should be turn 4.
Oh, okay. Same lap, though?
Let me double check.
Yeah, he wrote it down as 6030 on the timestamp.
Okay. Well, depending on how long I'm sitting in the pregame, sometimes we're a little off.
Yeah, it's on lap 39 going into turn 4.
Oh, I think I know what we're talking about. Okay.
Yes. And I think this fits the previous discussion, actually. Because it's kind of similar thing with the outside.
Man, Paul, I was trying to negotiate with you the whole time because I'm like, the race lead is 5 seconds ahead of me. Stop attacking me so we can get this guy.
I was
here,
trying
please.
to go slow.
Can you pause on the corner entry, pretty much?
Yeah.
Here. So, what was the plan right now?
Switchback. I made Gavin compromise his turn.
You didn't, because I'm
You already said the thing I wanted to hear, because switchback is exactly what you should have tried to do, but you kind of didn't really commit to it.
Right.
I saw the guy in front of us, and because of the race and how some people had gone slow off of turns, so I was like, I just didn't trust what the guy in front of us was going to do. And so I kind of backed out of it, and I didn't fully commit to trying to do it.
I think the bigger problem is that you didn't initially brake hard enough to fall back so that you could actually turn tighter on the entry. But yeah, switchback was really what you like. This was your opportunity, probably the best you had the whole race.
Because I kept parking it here whenever you would go wide if you telegraphed, because you would basically go, "Hey, Davin, I'm going to try to undercut you on the exit," and so I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to sit in the middle of the straightaway, and I don't care if we lose a ton of time because you're still behind me, so that's fine." And so, you know, a lot of times what happened, especially like in turn 4 and in turn 7, you would kind of telegraph your moves really broadly, and so I just had to have car position, and then I did not care that I was annoying you. I would just be off the throttle, like rolling through the section, like.
Yeah, this is actually the only like one I actually tried. I wasn't really trying the whole race. I was trying to just kind of go, and then you would be off, and I was like, I guess he thinks I'm gonna attack him, but I wasn't really trying until this part, and then I half attempt it. So
yeah.
I will also note that when you were following close to Davin, you were being kind of late on throttle on almost every corner exit. I guess you were trying not to hit him, but you were always very late on throttle, so he would always pull a little bit away on the corner exit. Even if you got you got a really good run through the last corner a couple of times, where if you just committed hard on the throttle at the actual apex of the corner instead of like, I don't know, 2 corners later, you could have gotten alongside going into turn 1.
Yeah, and
I think later in the race at this turn 2, I committed early, and I almost ran straight into the back of Gavin, and I had to check up.
Yeah, Davin. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's very much a question of judging the distance and when he's going to accelerate, but you have to get more aggressive on the exits. And just be ready to back out if necessary.
Can I give the excuse it was his birthday and I didn't want to screw his race up?
Sure, yeah, that's fine. But I will say though that if you are aggressive early on, then when you make a committed move like that, I can't chop to stop you. Right? If you wait on the throttle to go, then I have enough time to make my decision. I can't go back, but I can make a decision to kind of just be in the way, right? And I can make that decision gradually and slowly down long straightaways so that it doesn't really entice you to move. So,
well, I mean, the really mean people in high tiers take the corner exit so that they don't commit to either side of the track. They just kind of exit in the middle of the track, very kind of drifty, gentle. And then they haven't actually used their one defensive move. They still have the move open all the way on the straight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why if you get a better run through a corner, you have to try to get alongside as quickly as possible to cut down their options.
Right. Yep.
Especially if you can get alongside while they are still like unable to even theoretically change sides on the track. That gives you the kind of advantage in the situation, because you can now control where you want to go, and they are locked to whatever they are on because they can't turn into you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes also too, giving yourself a little bit of space for a few corners to make a full throttle run where I'm not in your way benefits you more than running up the back of me. Because especially if you have better traction coming off the corner, or like you've duped me into being offline, or I'm just slow somewhere, you will sometimes want to give your car some running room so that you can really be on throttle and stay on throttle and then rush past me near the end. Often folks will like do the same thing but too close, and so then they immediately lift off the gas again. And honestly, in certain cases, I'm trying to keep you as close as possible to me because then I can manage you a little better than if you're farther away. So sometimes you want to back off a tenth or two on a corner that you know you're just like, I'm so much faster than Devin, it's dumb. and then get a run where, like, especially coming out of turn 4, where I can't do anything about it because it's the mini straight. So all I can do is kind of look at you and hope that you don't beat me to the end.
Yeah. Usually, if I would try to get the run on you in the final corner, and if I was gonna make a pass attempt, I didn't really make a pass attempt in the first, but basically it was here and the final corner where I got the best run, and I just didn't really commit to trying to make a hard pass.
Sure.
Well, also, you potentially were too close going into the corner a few times in the last corner. If you're right on his bumper and he's slow through the mid corner, you can't do anything about it because his car is in the way.
Right.
You need enough of a gap that you can carry your better corner speed through the corner and then nail him on the straight, because now you're going faster when, like, you are faster at the point where both go on full throttle, so you're gonna catch him.
Well, there were times, either because of poor line choice or whatever else, I would have understeer or something through there. So rather than going full speed and having the understeer that was definitely going to take me off the track, I would lift the throttle and have you get closer to me until we got to the apex, and then I would just roll slowly on the throttle so that you could chase me off. That way, I can control you until I have a better place on the track where I can turn, and I don't give up position. Because if I lost it on the final corner, you were definitely going to run by me, and then I can't catch you again. So I'm like, well... give up a little to gain a little later, so that's fine.
And that is why parking on the apex works if the other guy is following really close, because he can't do anything. Like, you can be as slow through the corner as you want to, but your car is in the way.
Yeah, I saw you doing that too, and I was thinking to myself, oh well, I need to get a really good exit off of one of these corners, and either just never materialized.
I was really fortunate that when we were in traffic, you weren't close enough to really use those big runs, because there were a couple times where, like, I was just bottled up, like, just completely bottled up, and I couldn't do shit about it. And I'm like, dude, he's gonna come rushing up the back of me if he has any open space, because I can't go, I can't accelerate. I'm waiting for a back marker to move.
Yeah,
So,
I was 8 seconds behind you twice in this race, and I got right back up on you within 2 laps.
yeah, I lost a lot of time in traffic in a lot of places. I didn't feel like diving on people. I was just like, I'll wait. So, no. All right, Leah, how many more of these do we have? It's my birthday. I don't want to
check your DM.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I've got to head out.
Oh, good. Well, good racing you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. Everybody gets one.
These are very stuttered, questions. Basically, I haven't looked at them all because I lose them.
Jeez, I mean,
but
that's exciting.
it's one of those where somebody has put a message down and then another one pops up again, and then the order keeps rotating, and I'm getting dizzy watching it.
Well,
let's go with Ilpo. He's got another one at 58:15 from car 126.
You probably know what this is.
Yeah, I know. I do know. Yeah, I know what this is.
Lap 37 going into penultimate corner. And you can watch from your, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what this is.
Yeah. This is not how you drive as blue flag. Like, please just don't.
I was so mad. I was just like, why?
The initial problem there is that he's going to the racing line so slowly that Devin doesn't know which side he should take. And now he's driving in the middle of the track, not on the racing line, but not off it either.
My bad. Sorry, man.
That's alright.
See, this is the main reason why we say stay on the racing line and just ease up.
Right. Yes.
Just like half throttle. He'll come roaring up on you,
Because, like, look at the lap prior. Yeah, because look at the lap prior as we make it like, I am this far back because of an incident, right? And I slowly get by here. And so here, if we kind of look at the cars that are all around us, right? We have 20, we have someone who's several places a lap down, and we have a bunch of staggered cars. So here, I'm like, this would be a great time to let the lead car kind of roll its way through, because I'll just kind of get through and there's no big deal. But I'm drag racing now, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, I don't think I was actively trying to defend. I was a little shook from that car that we dodged, like, back a couple corners.
Sure. And that's why I was flashing you, right? I was just like, hey, man, you're moving a lot. Like,
yes, so stay on the racing line. Like if you're anytime you're rattled, confused, things are terrible, just drive on the racing line. Don't try to do anything different.
Yeah, I think here I went wide a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I had to roll up next to you, right? Because that was literally my only thought. It's like, okay, man, we've done 2 crosses. I flashed you. I'm literally just gonna roll up the inside and see if you turn. And I hope you don't. Please don't turn. All right. And so because it's the only option I have. If I sit here, the leader's gonna get away, and I really don't want to go that slowly. So I'm just gonna come on, let's roll up. Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is when I realized what was happening, though. That's why I like intentionally went a little wide.
No, I get it. I do.
I've just adopted the strategy of blue flag if they're within a second and gaining, and if they're within a second into the corner, I'm picking a side on exit and sticking to it.
Well, it would be nicer if you just picked on the racing line and stayed there, because often when you're off the racing line, it confuses the living shit out of everybody. Because I'm on the racing line coming up to you, and you're offline now, and I don't know it's because you don't know where the racing line is or not. So I'm going to wait. Staying on the racing line is literally the ultimate communication line of saying to the drivers who are quick, I actually know where I'm going, I'm just doing it slower than you. And I'll go, oh, no big deal. But when you're offline and like several laps down, I'm like, this person is lost. Does not know where he is going. I am not going to pass him because he may not see me. And I don't want to die. So I'll just sit there for forever. Right?
Yeah, you and I both know I definitely don't see you, and I still have no clue where I'm going.
Yeah, well, that's exactly my point. You literally just proved my point. I know you can't see me, so why am I gonna wait for you off the racing line? Like, I'm just like, I think he might not know. He might turn. I have no idea. If you're on the racing line, though, I'm like, well, at least he knows where the track goes. That's cool, right? And then I can do all the work, and that's easier. So
and it generally, when the slower car stays on the racing line, it means the faster car takes the inside to the next corner. If for some reason you have to go too wide, and that means that they are probably the one who know better where to brake early if they are off the line. I've been hit so many times, especially on tracks that have very short straights, by a car I'm lapping, because they move to the inside and lift, and then when I take the normal racing line to the corner, because hey, they let me by and I'm fully ahead going into the corner, they don't know where to brake, they don't know how fast they can go into the corner, they just run straight into me.
Yep.
And that is really annoying.
The fear I have isn't so much when I pass you, it's when we turn to the next corner, because now you're offline, which means you have to brake earlier, and I know most people do not know how to do that. And so now we're going into the corner, and I'm thinking to myself, please don't hit me. Because you're going to brake where you think you should be braking on the line, off the line, and I am going to die. Like, fuck. Right? So if you stay on the racing line, I'm like, oh, hey, they can brake as late as they want. Because they're on the brake late space. Right? And then it's easier for me to feel more comfortable.
All right. Fernando, are you with us?
Alrighty, Larry, we're going to do like 2 or 3 more because I'm going to call a birthday audible.
Right. I figured as much.
Yeah.
Fernando, are you with us, sir? Fernando, are you there?
Okay, next. He lost his turn.
I called it a couple of times.
He lost his turn. Next.
Javier, car 777, lap 7.
Oh, that's nice.
1540 on the timestamp.
Okay, 777, lap 7. 1540. Oh, neat. Okay.
I believe this is the one where it was just a oh shit moment for me for being a dumbass and somehow saved it. I don't know how.
Oh, because you touched the grass. Yeah.
Touched the grass.
Yeah, I heard it.
Nice drive.
Ooh, good counter, though. Good counter. Good fix.
Nice drift. Well done.
Yeah, that was good car control.
God help.
Nice.
I shit myself.
Well, I will say, though, like, all y'all need to work on your car control when the car does get loose, because it's good to have those reactions. Like, a lot of people are just too late when their car steps wide, like, because they don't know where they are on the racetrack. And I'm going to keep reinforcing this. Because you do not know where you are on the racetrack, you do not know that you are in danger and need to fix things. You are Ralph Wiggum at the back of the bus going, I'm in danger, right? If you have a good understanding of where you are on the track, when you're making a turn in a silly place, you'll naturally start to counter steer because you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have even been here in the first place. I need to get ready because one tire is going to lose grip. Get ready to turn, right? So good reaction. But also, praise the line, all hail the line, right? you need to really be aware, guys, of like where you are on the racetrack. Like, especially here, this is a great corner like this. A lot of folks will drop a tire here, and instead of they react too late, they drop a tire, they're in the dirt, and then they're like, I think I'll just get on the gas when I have 2 tires on the grass for some reason. I don't know why I'm doing this, and then they kill themselves. If they have a good idea of where they are on the racetrack, even if they fall off, they'll go, I'm falling off. I should go straight until I'm on the paved section again, and then come to a controlled stop. Right? And you're more likely to save it.
Like I said earlier in Discord, this track is a place where you really have to recognize if you are making a mistake. Like the corner we just watched. If you realize halfway through the corner that, oh shit, this is going wrong, all you need to do is just not get on throttle. Just stay off throttle, steer as much as possible, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah. Like here, right?
Yes, he's actually part throttle because he would go wide if he went full throttle. That's great. That's what you need to do.
You need to do exactly. Right, and so being aware of those things is super important. Like, you know, it's fine if you go off track. Like, it's actually kind of encouraged, I personally think, in practice to go off track from time to time, just so you know what the grip feels like, how little it is, which way the car is going to go. Because that way, in a race, if you do get knocked off or fall off or slip, you don't panic because you've been there before. So if I fall off here, I can just go down the grass and be like, okay, no big deal, get back on the inside, hit the brakes, come to a stop, turn, grumble, drive away. But you're not steering and doing a bunch of dumb stuff that's going to hurt you because you've never been over here before. Experiment.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm here.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I got you. 6:27 on the timestamp, car 52.
Okay, 6:27. It's early, man. Car 52. Where are we?
Fernando, right there.
Fernando. Okay. Okay, why? All right.
What happened to the Beamer on the right, though, is what I'd like to know.
Well, I mean, so I think that...
Oh, there was contact early. Okay, I thought he spun side on his own.
No, you know, he's going...
Isn't that the one I said what at the beginning and he said he dropped out and came back?
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, if that's car, if that's 97, that's me.
Yeah, so he probably disconnected there, and that's why he put him into the wall. Yeah. You know, under normal circumstances, let's pretend you didn't disconnect and you were just going wide, right? There's a part of me that's like, I don't really want to be going around the outside of cars while we're starting here in the first place anyway, right? Like, especially on the start, unless I have a clear run where I'm going to make a run up this little main straight, I want to sit in a safe pocket with the BMW in front of me the whole time to do the turn so I can see. And then accelerate by him, not try to beat him to the turning part, right? Because if we, and this is a good lesson for a lot of folks, right? Let's just pretend that this is a real thing. If both drivers are turning right now, the G-force in both cars are going to go to the outside, which is on the left-hand side, which puts the Ferrari at immense risk the whole way around, because physics will take anything that's on the inside of the Ferrari towards it. All the other cars will come that direction. So being especially so far back in the field, where he does not know what is happening to the 32 cars happening in front of him, he wants a clear and open track for as long as possible, because he needs to be able to see things and be able to get through a lot of the carnage 1 or 2 cars at a time. So aggression here is not going to help you, because you're more likely just to get caught up in the next row of traffic. You're 32nd or whatever, right? You want to give the other cars time to kind of die and crash and hit and bang and bump, and then race like halfway through the lap even, if you're not going to get a good run off the start. Okay.
But I didn't see him. I don't know if I was pushing too much or...
No, you got unlucky. This is literally you being unlucky, right?
Oh,
a car
okay.
disconnected and went straight and ran into you. Like, there's not much you could have done there. Like, the way the car's even pointing, you're just screwed. Like, sucks, right? Like, it's really unfortunate. But I think the lesson, though, that you may want to just keep in the back of your head for a later day is on starts, if you're far back, if you're going to make a move around the outside, do it super hella early when the road's still straight. Once the road starts to turn, don't do that, because you've got, you know, a disaster of cars about to smash into you. Don't do that. You'll die.
I was following you at the start of the race, and you were well under the 70k an hour as well. I think you were doing about 62 when I went green. If you had been up near 70, you had a good run on them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important too. Is making sure you have the right speed, right? Because I left at like 69.4 or something, so that I was moving as quickly as I could with a little bit of margin. All right, Larry, give me one good one.
I'm reading it. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Car 22 and car 69. An epic battle from minute 54
Nice.
all the way through 67. Holy shit.
Okay, I'm not watching all
Wow.
No, the only reason I read it was so long. I thought maybe it had some good information. He and Singer were just Pablo and Singer right up against each other, from what I understand by reading
Well,
it.
it's three of them, right? Because it's LaFlemme in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I think LaFlemme
Begins
got
on lap 33.
I think he got
actually.
spun at some point. That's why I got in front
Yeah,
by a
that's
back
so
marker.
sad.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it just several laps of really? Sorry.
Really close battling.
Oh, that's
We
good.
passed each other like 3 times. Was like very respectful of each other, so I think it was a good example.
It was a pretty good train for quite a few laps, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's brands for you, right? Oh.
That's not.
Okay, so
clean.
No.
I think that was at the
only-
end.
The first one.
Okay, so let's talk about why this happens, though, right? So here we're running too wide if we're going to undercut this car, right? We want to stay as tight to the curb as possible because this car still needs to make the exit, right? So when you get an undercut under somebody like that, you still want to make sure you are giving them a lane so that they can make it out with you. Because, they still may, well, first of all, you don't want to touch them. And then second of all, they still may be trying to move wide or do other things. And so trying to squeeze them over, even if it's incidental, is always going to end up with something like this, right? Because he's at the acceleration point coming out of the corner, and you are moving across in his way. So try to stay tight where possible, right? Your car will still physically be in the way, so you pretty much would have had the corner anyway.
After that one, he catches up at like lap 38.
I think at some point between all this, Eric gets spun by a back marker.
Oh no.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
Oh
Yeah, that was my bad. I tagged Pedge in that white Beamer, and I was making the dive pass, and I just screwed that up. And
Yeah.
That wasn't Pedge's fault. I felt bad for that one.
Yeah. So, okay. Eric, what's the lesson from this?
The lesson is I shouldn't be in a back marker's blind spot.
Right. Yeah. Nailed it. Gold star. Right. Because they can't see you, and they're also kind of slow and unaware. Like, no disrespect to Pedge, but like right now he kind of doesn't know where he is, and he's not moving as quickly as you need him to, and so he can't adjust for you because he won't be able
Didn't
to
see me at all. I rewatched the replay from his point of view, and he had no idea I was there. That was just stupidity on my part, and it cost me a position.
Well, and it's a little bit of ambitiousness too, because like the mini straight is on the other side here with Austin. I think this is up here.
Yeah,
still
Pedge and
bogging
I
up
were
the drive.
fighting actually.
Yeah, so in future, right, the car that is the farthest ahead controls what might be happening. So if I'm in your position, then what I'd be thinking is, well, if he misses the apex and I can kind of slip by, I will. If he turns in, we're still going down the straight, and this other Lamborghini is blocking my opponent, so I still have a little bit of time. I probably am going to flash the shit out of Pedge because I'm going to be like, hey, and that'll probably give me some time, right? But worst case scenario, I'm going to get balled up a little bit, but at least we don't die.
I was actually fully preparing to get those other cars ahead by me as fast as possible because I figured Pedge was going to let them through to kill me, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'd do if I was Pedge, right? If I was
So
Pedge, I would
I
live
was-
here and let them go.
Yeah, and I missed my braking point because I was busy looking at a caution in my rearview mirror to see if he was going to make a comeback move on me.
Okay, so here's a karting rule that will help you. Don't ever look back. Fuck that guy. Drive your car. That is the rule, right? When you have a little bit more car placement awareness, you'll kind of know where your car needs to be, where it won't matter what the guy in behind you does, right? Because you've got car placement and you know where you are on the racetrack, so you can visualize what that car behind you is doing without having to see him. But don't wait for him to attack. If you wait for him to attack, it's too late because you've already gone past that point. So you're in the wrong spot anyway. So you want to place your car where you have ultimate defense. Screw what that guy's doing, right? But he's not even anywhere close to you to make an attack or get alongside or get in the overlap. So it wouldn't even matter, even if he drove up the back of you, right? He's still not in the realm of rules of engagement. So doesn't matter.
I think this was.
Just
I
taking
can't
my eye
remember.
down the road at the wrong time.
Can't remember where I was discussing or who with this, but you don't drive in your mirrors. You look at your mirror like once or twice on a straight to figure out if the guy behind has like a run on you. Like, do I need to defend? And then you decide before the corner, am I defending or am I not defending? But once you are going into the corner, it's kind of too late to start looking at the mirror.
Right. You can't even fix it anyway, right? Because you've already committed to the corner and all these other reasons why it doesn't work. But, I think the big thing is, like, unless there's a car that is within overlap distance of me, I honestly do not give a shit what he is doing. I don't care. And that's why when people are like, oh, Davin, you're so hard to pass, it's because I don't care. I'm not paying attention to you. I'm driving my car. I only really care if you're within a tenth and you're going to make a move on the exit where I have to do something. But you could be a second behind me, half a second behind me, fucking flashing your lights and waving your hands. You're just in an open, empty space behind my car. Who cares? I'm going forward. So I just ignore it. And I just keep driving because you can't drive my car no matter what you're doing. So I have to drive my own car. So don't let.
At some point in the sequence with Pej, I also had the car snapped, and I actually, for once, managed to save it without killing him.
Good.
Because he was very close.
Good. Alrighty, Larry, can I be selfish and
go right ahead, sir? Because that was about. I was reading through them while you guys were talking, and to a certain extent, this is just kind of argy-bargy stuff that I'm doing for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, on the whole, I think everyone did really well this week, right? So pat yourself on the back. We didn't really have anything stupid. So
was there any kind of a big middle of the pack crash on the first lap or two, or no?
Turn 2, lap 1. There was, not a big crash.
Okay, well, look at that. And then
I did cause my hand up to say car 14 did cause a bump in turn 2, lap 1. That may have caused more of an accident.
Maybe.
Here we go.
That'll work.
Yeah, that should work. Right? Okay, that should be cars that are kind of.
Car 34. Go back another minute.
This is the warm-up lap.
Oh, this is the warm-up.
I was at the beginning of the lap.
Yeah, here we are.
Actually, there was one quick. Yeah,
here we are. Okay, yeah,
we know about that one. They gave me 2 positions.
Okay.
Yeah, we know about that one, but no, I actually caused the Ferrari in front of me to spin up here.
Oh no.
Dove to the inside.
Oh. Yeah, okay, that was really late.
Yeah, and you took out 2 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he scared the shit out of 2 cars.
Suddenly I was punted from behind, and then...
If you switch to 777, which is me, you get to see it from a rear view perspective of what happened there. Because I saw that and I pooped myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Well, honestly, I would be the happiest person ever. I don't know why. Like, first of all, we got to work on your outlook. But second of all, I would be so fucking happy that this is happening. I would be like, oh, thank God, you were gonna murder 3 people, and I don't have to do a single thing. Hallelujah. Life is easy. This is great. I'm so happy. I would be so pleased. I'd be like, thanks. Right?
It was. I'm just saying. I was just like, don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid. Stay put.
Yeah.
So I can squeeze through.
Several of us followed through afterwards, and I saw them like, hold your brakes. This is going to be over in a couple seconds. Just don't
move.
I was 12. I ended up 7.
You know, I was mad at first about getting hit there, or not mad, but I was like bummed out. But then I had a lot of fun working my way back up the grid because that put me back to like 35th maybe, and I got back up to like in the 20s, which was fun.
Good.
Yeah, I did the same.
Getting back to your point and knowing what it's like to drive on the grass, if you look at turn 3 from my perspective, I lost a couple of positions. But thank God I spent enough time screwed up in the grass up on the hill.
Yeah. No, it's actually a really helpful thing. Ooh, somebody really wants to go to the bathroom. He is really like fed up with you guys.
I feel like I feel like that's calling it for you.
Yeah,
right there,
Mister's
right?
just like, shut the fuck up. I want to go.
Enough racing.
Okay.
Walk.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go. I have a dog I have to walk apparently, guys.
We need to be gentle on Davin. It is his birthday, the old soul.
Yeah, right. But on the whole, you guys did really well, right? Zolder's coming up next. Practice that, especially the chicane. Mister, I swear to God, I'm gonna put you in a box and I'm gonna email you to Afghanistan if you don't stop. Oh my God. Anyway,
that escalated quickly.
Right? Jeez, man. I'm fine, but just shut up. I will take you. I swear. I still
He's
love
gonna
you.
be Haji food here in a minute.
Yeah, really. I swear. I'll put a video up of one of the debriefs that we did a couple of months ago about Zolder, because there's a couple of track identifying markers you guys should pay attention to, especially with the chicane in the second sector. So I'll put some timestamps so you can take a look. It's kind of long, but it's worth looking through, because when you guys get through with a bunch of traffic, it's going to make your life hell if you're not paying attention. So, Server will switch tomorrow. You guys did really great. Good job, guys.
Blow out your candles and make a wish.
Yeah, I will.
Thanks, Devin.
By the way, because of the new track for next week, there are multiple chicanes at Zolder.
I just said that.
So we need to practice that track, everybody.
I'm leaving.
See ya.
Bye.
See you, Devin.
Bye, guys.
Birthday to you.
Oh, that's terrible. You should stop. That's awful. You should quit that.
Cha cha cha.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ban this person.
Alright, see everyone
I appreciate it, guys.
over the weekend, hopefully, or during the next week.
All right, guys. Take care.
Good
See ya.
Later.
All right.
And see you guys next time.